Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. Today I will explain to you reported speech and direct speech based on your close-up textbook pages 170 and 171. So you need to know what a direct speech is and what an indirect or a reported speech is. So here we can see a grandmother who is on the phone. Okay, and she said, I am baking cookies for John. Okay, let's say you are the boy in blue and you want to tell what you just heard to your friend in green. Okay, so there are two ways for you to do so. Okay, first you can use a direct speech. Another one is you can use an indirect or a reported speech. Okay, so if you choose to use a direct speech, then you have to write something like this. Grandma said, I am baking cookies for John. Okay, when you use a direct speech, okay, as you can see here, you use the same words used by the original speaker, by the grandmother. So the grandmother said, I am baking cookies for John. You use the exact same words. I am baking cookies for John. And then you also have quotation marks, okay, in your sentence, the one in red. Okay. Number two, you can use an indirect speech or you can also call it as a reported speech. Okay. So if you choose an indirect or a reported speech, then you have to write something like this. Grandma said that she was baking cookies for John. Okay, when you use an indirect speech or a reported speech, you change the words a bit. Okay, you don't use the exact same words. Okay, for example, instead of saying I am baking, you change it to she was baking. Okay, so that is the difference between a direct speech and an indirect or a reported speech. Okay, okay, again, in a direct speech you use the exact same words with quotation marks. Okay, and in an indirect or a reported speech, you change the words, you don't use the exact same words, and you don't put any quotation marks. Okay. Now we look at 10.1, the statements. Okay. When we report direct speech, the tenses used by the speaker usually change as follows. Okay, so here you can see a table with three columns. Column number one is for the rules. Column number two is for direct speech. Column number three is examples of reported speech. Okay, first we look at the rule number one. Okay, if the direct speech is written in present simple, okay, you change it to past simple in the reported speech. Okay, for example, here you say he likes hip hop. She said. In the reported speech, you say she said that he liked hip hop. Okay, so you see that the difference is that you change the tense, present simple to past simple. Okay, and then you can see this word that we put a bracket. Okay, we put the word that in a bracket. Okay, it means that the word that is optional. Okay, it is grammatically correct if you don't use the word that. Okay, you can choose to use it or not. Okay, you can say she said he liked hip hop, or you can also say she said that he liked hip hop. Okay. Rule number two, you change present continuous. For example, is listening to past continuous, was listening. Okay. Number three, present perfect. For example, have bought. You change to past perfect, had bought. Present perfect continuous, have been recording. Okay, continuous tu yang ada ing tu. Okay, you change to past perfect continuous. Okay, had been recording. Next, past simple, watched. You change to past perfect simple, had watched. Past continuous, was reading. You change to past perfect continuous, had been reading. Okay. Next, we look at other changes in verb forms as are as follows. Okay. So we look at another table here. Okay, there are three columns. Okay, the rules, direct speech, and reported speech. Okay, for example, the number one, The word can, you have to change to could. Jane can play the piano. Yeah, she said. So in the reported speech, we say she said. Okay, she said that Jane could play the piano. Okay, can change to could. May change to might. Okay, he may come to the concert. She said. She said that he might come to the concert. Must change to had to. Okay, will change to would. Okay, so that is how you write it. Okay, next. Remember to change pronouns, kata ganti diri nama, and possessive adjectives where necessary. Okay, so for example, in the direct speech, it says here, Ali said we are going to form a band. Okay, kami akan menubuhkan sebuah kumpulan muzik. Okay, we are going to form a band, Ali said. And then when you want to report what Ali said, we say, Ali said that they were going to form a band. Okay, kami akan menubuhkan band. Bila kita report, kita kata mereka akan menubuhkan band. Okay, and also you can see that are, just like mentioned earlier, are changed to were. Okay, present tukar jadi past. Okay, number 2, change possessive adjectives. Okay, those are my magazines, Siti said. Ini majalah saya. Okay, ini saya punya majalah. Ini majalah saya. Okay, when you want to use reported speech, okay, instead of using my, we change it to her. Okay, Siti said that those were her magazines. Siti kata itu majalah dia. Itu dia punya majalah. Okay, so that is how you have to change the possessive adjectives lah when where necessary, bila perlulah, bila berkaitan. Okay, number 2, the following tenses and words don't change in reported speech. Okay, ada juga beberapa tenses dan words yang tidak akan berubah when you use a reported speech. Okay, for example, past perfect simple, past perfect continuous, would, could, might, should, ought to, used to, had, better, mustn't and must when they refer to deduction. Okay, for example, past perfect simple dengan past perfect continuous ni. Okay, we had watched the concert. Okay, even when you write it in reported speech, you still use the same past perfect simple. Okay, and then, but you change lah, you change the pronoun. Instead of you saying we, you change to they whenever necessary. Okay, next, I had been watching the movie. Okay, you change. She said that she had been watching the movie. Okay, same tense, but with different pronoun. Okay, I change to she, for example. Okay, next, we look at 10.2, say and tell. What is the difference? We often use the verbs say and tell in reported speech. Okay, it says here, with no indirect object, we use say. Okay, indirect object tu ialah orang. Okay, indirect object tu orang. Okay, kalau in the sentence it says here, Julia said you will love my new single. Okay, dia tak cakap, dia just cakap Julia memberitahu, tak cakap bagi tahu siapa. So when you use a reported speech, you just say Julia said that they would love her new single. Okay. However, if we have an indirect object, okay, ada orang yang kita bagi tahu tu, kita bagi tahu kepada seseorang, we use the word tell. Okay. For example, Julia said to her friends, you will love my new single. So in a reported speech, instead of saying Julia said, okay, you say Julia told her friends. Okay, Julia said, Julia berkata. Okay, Julia told, Julia memberitahu. Memberitahu siapa? Julia told her friends. Okay, mesti ada object, indirect object di sini. Okay, then only you use the word told. Okay, ataupun tell. Okay, next. 10.3, reported speech change in time and place. When we report direct speech, there are often changes in words that show time and place too. Okay, so tempat dengan masa pun kadang-kadang berubah. Okay, for example, the word now, you change to then. I am playing the guitar now. So you change to she said that she was playing the guitar then. Okay, tukar. And at the same time, please remember, you still need to change the tense. I am playing, you change to she was playing. Okay. And also the pronoun. Okay. Next, number 2. Today you change to that day. We are going to the theatre today. Kami akan pergi ke theatre itu hari ini. Okay, so in the reported speech, you say he said that they were going to the theatre that day. Let's say you report this a week after. Lepas seminggu baru nak buat reported speech ni. Then you say, kami akan, dia kata mereka akan pergi ke theatre tu pada hari itu. Okay, so instead of today, you say that day. Tonight, malam ini tukar jadi that day, malam itu. Yesterday, semalam tukar jadi the previous day or the day before. Semalam tukar jadi hari sebelumnya ataupun uh, hari sebelum lah. Okay, hari yang lalu. Okay, last week you change to the previous week. Last month you change to the previous month. Tomorrow, esok you change to the next day, hari berikutnya, or the following day, hari seterusnya. Next week, minggu depan you change to the following week, minggu berikutnya. This, ini you change to that. Okay, this is my magazine. Ini majalah saya. Okay, when you report it, you say, she said that that was her magazine. Dia kata itu majalah dia. Okay. These change to those. Okay, this ni is actually the plural form of this. Okay, ini banyak, ini sikit. Ini satu. Okay, so those pun samalah. Those is the plural form of that. Okay, this change to that. These change to those. Okay, ago change to before. I bought the CDs 2 days ago. She had bought the CDs 2 days before. Here, di sini tukar jadi there, di sana. And then we say at the moment. Okay, he is singing at the moment. She said he was singing in a band at the moment. At the moment remain the same. Okay, you don't change it. But still, you need to change the tense. Okay, he is singing, you change to he was singing. Okay, so that's it until from 10.1 until 10.3. Okay, we will continue with the next video.